Good morning. It's Monday. Time to get back to work after the long weekend. We are live from digital address GA0992539 in Kokomemle, Accra, on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. The show is Joy News Interactive. Our social media handle for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is Joy News on TV. Now, the Justice Emil Short Commission, tasked with unraveling the circumstances surrounding the Ayawaso West Wogon by-election violence, begins work Monday. Set up by the presidency last week, the commission is expected to, among others, identify persons responsible for the violence and recommend sanctions where appropriate. The commission is chaired by former Commissioner of the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Justice Emil Short, and includes Law Professor Henrietta Mensah Bonsu and former IGP Patrick Kwating Ichampo. And Kofi Abochi is also the secretary to the commission. So we've been asking you on Facebook, do you trust the commission to do a good job? Well, there's a poll on my Joy line soliciting for your views. Let's see what the results say. Well, you can still go on to myjoyonline.com to vote for your thoughts on this. Do you think the commission is a good one? It's going to do a good job. So you can vote right there and probably view the results. Well, now let's hop onto Facebook to find out what social media users are saying. We have Na who says, no, please. She doesn't think the commission is going to do a good job. And we have Ebenezer who says, no credibility, please. He's saying the commission doesn't have credibility. We also have Al Hassan Watara who says, as usual, nothing will happen after when the Commission of Inquiry finish their work. Waste of resources. Ghana is always Ghana, no matter which party in power. And Sigley says no, 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 and a big no. He doesn't think the commission is going to do a good job. And Ampim says all this is a waste of time. And Yabua Solomon says, sure, but the implementation of the findings and recommendations of the commission to the letter is my worry. E.T. Mensah says, yes, that is good leadership. We also have Yahweh who says, it depends on the individual, how he or she wants the outcome to look like. Interesting. And Emmanuel Jurasa says, you are greeting the truth and still asking if you ever greeted it. Someone emphatically said, I sent them there. It's simple. Call the person and interrogate him. And then Lindsay says, the chairman is very partisan and I don't think they will do a good job. If they do, the report will not address the fundamental need of bringing the perpetrators to book. And Delake says the violence is conspicuously terribly evident. Someone owns up to admit responsibility, but is still at post. Outcomes of investigations in Ghana are mostly cost 90. Well, and we have Delake, who says the violence is conspicuously terribly evident. Someone owns up to admit responsibility, but is still at post. It goes on and on to say results in Ghana are cost 90. And we have Dokurugu, who says they should allow the committee the IGP found to carry out the investigation rather than this cover-up commission. And we have Richard also adding that I don't trust the commission. The commission is a cover-up commission because any person who appears before the commission can't be prosecuted if found guilty with that evidence in court. And we have Frederick Nikome, who says they will do what they wish to do and government will pretend they have we at heart. Simple. Let them bring those who are in trouble, I guess, to face to light and face the criminal charges. That the only way to discourage people to join or form such criminal society. Frankie Champo says commissions were set some years ago by some leaders and nothing happened. This is the time of another government. Let's wait and see what they will do this time round. I believe they will do a good job. And Michael Kubil says not at all, especially not when a known party man like Emil Short chairing the commission. Did you see the picture where he and Ken the Loud were seen wearing smokes at the NPP event? And Nawambi says no, please. He doesn't think the commission will do a good job. Well, away from that, the problem of child abuse is widespread in many developing countries, and Ghana is no exception. Despite efforts by the Ghanaian government to halt the exploitation of its children, we still hear stories of children being abused. Last week, the story of 11-year-old boy doused with petrol and set on fire for allegedly spying on a woman in a bathroom was on most media platforms. But before then, there was a story of a 5-year-old boy whose arm was amputated after his stepmom abused him. Although the police have started investigating both cases, the question still remains. How do you differentiate between corrective measure and abuse? Let's read some of the comments on Facebook. And Afrique's Joey says, in the natural law of nature, a child will always be a child, which is why we have guardians to correct and train them when going astray. In a case like this, there are several ways to correct the child from his wrong, but to subject a child to this form of treatment, then the culprit has to be sanctioned. And Suglu says this is so bad. And Yusuf Asana says the punishment was too harsh for an 11-year-old. He's only a child and could have been punished in a milder way. Those involved in this wicked act will never know peace. And Ifwa says, the way children are protected and cherished in Obroni Chrome, you dare not hurt a minor. The law will deal with you, pa. It's a shame children suffer injustice daily in Ghana and no one cares, with some crying emojis right there. And I'll say, it says, the value of peace and hospitality in Ghana is now the thing of the past. Wickedness all over. Well, it's time for us to take a short breather and we'll be back after this. Now, Chelsea has been trending on social media. Let's read some of those tweets. And we have the Blues who says, I have never imagined in my entire life that I would see hashtag Chelsea lose 6. Never crossed my mind even in our worst form with Mourinho in 2016. I'm really traumatized. No positives, nothing. And Lex says, even the Chelsea Lion has seen enough. Massacre at the Etihad. And this comes hashtag MCICHE, hashtag Chelsea. Comes with the image of the Chelsea logo. But for the lion in it is covering his eyes. And Mr. Dumelo, this is from John Dumelo, who says, for English, press 1. For Tree, press 2. For Ga, press 3. For Yoruba, press 4. For Fancy, press 5. And for Chelsea, press 6. And we also have Becca, who says, a blue Monday for Chelsea fans. And we also have Kappa, who says, when talking to a Chelsea fan, you have to repeat yourself 6 times. And Hot Cake says, I hereby renounce hashtag Chelsea as my team. I beg, who are the winning team now? I want to migrate. Signed, a Chelsea fan in severe pain. Severe pains. Now let's check out what people are saying on Facebook as well. And on Facebook we have Jojo, who says, Dear Manchester City, on behalf of the United family, we want to say a big thank you for what you did to Chelsea, helping us to remain in top 4. We promise to return the favor when we meet Liverpool. Yours sincerely, hashtag United. And Eric Amankwa says, Sarri is turning Chelsea into Arsenal, giving us the roller coaster ride. He should have matched City boot for boot, play Willian and Kovacic in place of Pedro and Ross Barkley. Man City will never come all out when they know we have men that can counter. Hashtag Sarri must go. And Nana says, I think the coach is to be blamed because his formation to the approach of the game is not functioning. And Kwame Osei says, Pep Guardiola is a wicked guy. His substitutions weakened me. After 4 goals in the first half, he still brought out Mahrez, Silva and Gabriel Jesus. He was more than ready to bury Chelsea. And Nanajan says, Chelsea are lucky. They must give thanks to God like we will score them 11-0. And Jeremiah says, luck ran out of them. Their formula didn't help them. And Jamal, who says, Man City have proven to the world, better luck next time, Chelsea. And Seto says, there are no views to share. My heart is broken. And Abdallah says, they blended Chelsea, and we the Man U fans, we are happy. And Abdul says, we are simply not prepared to play Champions League again. So he's giving up for Chelsea. Well, it's time for us to do some Monday motivation to lift our spirits this week. And we have Cute, who says, time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you have lost it, you can never get it back. Hashtag Monday motivation. And I Believe says, life's about laughing and living, replacing inner hate with love, getting through whatever comes your way, looking back and smiling. Hashtag Monday motivation. And we also have Mona Hing, who says, life is not qualified by fluent English, branded clothes or rich lifestyle. It is measured by the number of faces who smile when they hear your name. Hashtag Monday motivation. And Dr. Dipo says, put in your very best and work hard and smile. Hard work, smart work, and the grace of God are the ingredients necessary for significant progress in your personal life, academic progression, and your professional career. Hashtag Monday Motivation. And Euphonic says, say it loud, hashtag Monday Motivation. Tell the committee that meets inside your head that you are the boss. And Rubika says, smile. Smile at strangers, slow down, say thank you, laugh and give compliments today. Hashtag Monday Motivation. And Queen says, there's nothing in a caterpillar that shows you it's going to be a butterfly. Start where you are, use what you have, and build your vision. Hashtag Monday Motivation. And Odiwiti says, if you think you are having an awful Monday, remember Chelsea trains daily. Hashtag Monday Motivation. And Chris says, one reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never focus. Don't be mesmerized or discouraged by life you live or once lived. Use it instead to work hard, because if you don't build a solid life today, you won't find it in the future. Hashtag Monday Motivation. Hashtag Ask Kirubi. And Edwin says, an arrow can only be shot by pulling it backward. When life is dragging you back with difficulties, it means it's going to launch you into something great. So just focus and keep aiming. Hashtag Monday Motivation. Well, that's it for today on JoyNews Interactive with me, Selina Ampu. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.